Big win for your club last week at St. Cloud State. Tell us about it.
Played well in the first half. I think the defense made some big plays with turnovers. Obviously got the pick six. And offense had a lot of good momentum. They did a nice job. It was probably the best game that they've had in a while. Just throwing the ball, being more, I'd probably just opening up the playbook for Alec. So I think you saw his confidence build throughout the game, and that was a big part of it. So obviously Andrew Lukowski played well over there too, and the defense played well pretty much the whole game. We got a couple late scores, but overall pretty happy with the outcome.
How has the secondary been able to be so dominant these recent years?
They're just good athletes, and that always helps when you recruit and get guys that buy in. I think that's what you've seen with all those guys. We've kind of had a pretty good rotation. You know, obviously Vogeler, and going to get a lot of the attention along with Mikey Junker, but I mean, Ryan Kennard and a lot of those other guys outside of just that senior group have been playing well. And you saw Jake Lester in there quite a bit this last week. You also see Mo Willis has been back in there. So I think Coach Yanner and Coach Bish do a good job with scheme. That's always helpful too. So when you have that all in the equation, you put those guys in situations where they can make plays.
Has the defense been a little more turnover focused, trying to help the offense out in these past few weeks?
No, I mean, we talk a lot about it regardless, and that's something that Coach Bish brought with him, which was appreciative. It's a shot on goal mentality, kind of a hockey term, but how many times that you can disrupt the ball throughout the course of the game and be in deflections or whatever you can do to rip, strip, whatever, and that's something that has been helpful. And you see it. You see our guys, through the whistle, and he charts everything, trying to strip it out. And plays like last week where it deflects off 5 guys and Yakub Muhammad ends up getting the interception. I think that's a byproduct of practice in that way and getting into their heads that turnovers are going to make and break you and really win games. So offense done a good job hanging on to it, and we've been doing a pretty good job, especially with the interceptions, getting a lot of turnovers.
So this week, Moorhead State comes to town. What do you expect to see from the Dragons?
That's a rivalry game. I think you'll see a pretty potent offense on their side of the ball too. They've been moving it well. They're averaging close to 400 yards, but they've got 2 quarterbacks that have played. I don't know if guys have been getting banged up or they're just rotating them, but they've been doing a nice job. They got 2 really good receivers that are towards the high end in terms of the leading the NSIC. I think both of them are up there. So we'll have our work cut out for us. They spread it out. They're a tempo team as well, and the defensively they're really aggressive. So it's an interesting matchup because I think there's a lot of similarities in terms of the style of play and what we do. And Moorhead's really done a good job. You got to give those guys credit over the last. I think Coach Walkley's been there 8 years. He's really progressed that program to make it a pretty tough task, and it's going to be a good game. Include the rivalry for the battle for the axe. It's going to be a fun environment. Looking forward to it.
Both teams are trying to get the postseason, going to the Mineral Water Bowl. After they won 2 years ago in that game, just how much would you want to keep them out of going to that bowl?
Well, certainly. I mean, just beating them in general is always what we're looking to accomplish, and that goes for if you're playing Moorhead or you're playing anybody in the NSIC. Is just that 1-0 week mentality. So certainly, yeah. I mean, both teams are probably in a dogfight to make the Mineral Water Bowl, and you're going to have some breaks along the way to get you there, and that's really what it's going to take. But yeah, of course we want to beat them, and if we have a chance to knock them out of whatever it might be, the playoffs or just to beat them, I mean, that's the fun part of a rivalry.
And the season, you're coming down to the last couple weeks. It's kind of a grind as you go week by week, and just kind of have to keep grinding the axe, as you like to say, again this week. Yeah,
I think that's part of the mantra. Really kind of comes into effect when you're getting this late in the year and the kids are banged up. I think everybody's just tired, maybe sick of being around each other all the time. But this group of guys has been a pretty special group. We don't have a ton of seniors. I think we only have 14 seniors total for graduation this year. The rest of the guys will be coming back. So I love this group of guys who work hard. They do a good job focusing on the opponent. And it went fast this year. Sometimes you think it's the grind and this and that. It was like a blink. It was yesterday. It seemed like we're at the beginning of camp. And camp was grind. That was a long camp. But everything else when you get in the season, it's just a blur, which really kind of stinks at times because you want to sit down and enjoy it a little bit more. But win, lose, or draw, it's like, hey, you get down on Sunday, you're moving to the next opponent. You gotta move forward. So it's fun, but yet you need to take a deep breath and really enjoy the moment because it goes fast. Football's one of those weird team sports. You only get 11 shots. Every other team, hockey, if you screw up a weekend or seeing things don't go your way, you're okay. Football, if you screw up a weekend or two, you're sitting at home. So it's pretty unique in that way. And again, I think it's one of the best, if not the best, team sports that's ever created, because you got to have depth, you got to have an army of guys, and it's always the next man in mentality for your success, because if you don't, you're not going to win at this level, especially in SIC.
Do you got a pitch to all the hunters out there to get them down to the chat even during opening weekend?
Get one early and then strap it on the vehicle. You can, finish quartering out and do all the other things afterwards. But yeah, hopefully it's good for the hunters and they can come in at 1 o'clock and get warmed up and come watch the Beavers at the Chet.
There we go. Defensive player of the week in the conference, had a couple interceptions, one return for a touchdown. On the touchdown, did you think you were going to make it, because they were pretty close to getting you out of bounds there before you got in?
Yeah, that first one, just broke on the ball. I just saw wide open, and then I saw that guy coming late, so I had to do a little juke on him. But yeah, I pretty much knew I was going to be in the end zone.
Just how have you and the other guys in the secondary been able to be number one in the country in interceptions?
Yeah, I mean, we really focus on being ball hawks back there, just being playmakers. We practice all that each day, each week, ball drills, security drills, break drills, pretty much anything you could think of. And that just translates to what you guys see. I think we're top in the Division II in interceptions, so it's working out well.
Yeah, how much pride do you take in just having all that hard work pay off on Saturdays?
Yeah, we put a lot of time in behind the scenes that a lot of people don't see, if that's film or weights or practice. Yeah, it's nice to get a win Saturday, especially with all that hard work. So it's good.
Now, a rivalry game for you this Saturday. Moorhead coming to town. They're same record as you in the conference. Talk about going into this game and what you're looking to accomplish.
Yeah, absolutely. Battle of the Axe week. We're a Bemidji fan, Moorhead fan. I mean, you know the rivalry. It's going to be a big game for us, big game for them. Same record. It should be a dogfight. We're excited. It's going to be a fun game. So.